Hello, welcome to your final week of Ancient Civilizations. We are really going to get creative now. We are going to be museum curators. You're going to recreate an artifact from one of the ancient civilizations we learned about. We are going to work on this for 3 days. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Then on Friday, you are going to do show your artifact on a flip grid, and you're going to show your artifact to all the third grade classmates. So just like how you showed your science instrument to everyone on Flipgrid, you're going to show your ancient civilizations artifact. It needs to be about one of the 3 civilizations we learned about, so it's either going to be about ancient Egypt, ancient Greece, or ancient Rome. So you need to choose one of those 3 civilizations and an artifact from that time. Now you might be thinking, Mrs. Zobitz, I don't even know what an artifact is. Don't worry, an artifact is just an item from that time period. So for instance, if I was thinking of the 2000s, an artifact that I might choose would be an iPhone, because that represents how really our society has become very digital and portable. So I have the whole internet right in my hands, and I can find out information at the touch of a button. I can use my phone. I could use my phone to talk. I could use the camera on the phone. So an iPhone might be an artifact to show for the year 2000s. All right, so you're not going to choose an artifact from the year 2000s. You are going to choose an artifact from either ancient Egypt, ancient Greece, or ancient Rome. All right, so let's move along. So what we're going to do here is show you how this is laid out. You're going to select and research an artifact so you can learn more about it. You're going to fill out the planning form, and you're going to decide which materials are needed to recreate the artifact. Then you're going to construct your artifact, and you're going to display your artifact at the 3rd grade museum, which will be on Flipgrid. All right, so you'll notice that it says decide which materials needed to recreate your artifact. Now, just like I saw people's science instruments, it's a really good idea to look in the recycle bin for things. You don't want to use anything that's valuable, because we wouldn't want to destroy that or take something that your family really treasures and use. So we need to be creative and really think about our materials, and you need to make sure that you get permission from your family members before you use the materials. Okay, so here's what the forms look like, and I know you can't read them, so I will get to them in just a second. So you're going to fill this out after you decide what your artifact is going to be. So let me bring them up here, and then I might need to readjust just a little bit. Here we go. And it says my Ancient Civilizations Artifact Project. And our learning target is I can identify examples of individuals or groups who have had an impact on world history. Now, we know for sure ancient Egyptians, ancient Greeks, and ancient Romans have really had an impact on our history, on, for instance, our governments, on our construction of buildings, on the arts, on even writing tools and papers. So they have had a huge impact on us, even our generations now. Okay, so you're going to think about what is your artifact, and you're going to write it. This is what my artifact looks like, so then you're going to draw it there. The purpose of my artifact is, so why did either the ancient Greeks, ancient Romans, or ancient Egyptians use that artifact? Why did they use it? The purpose for it. My artifact is from either ancient Egypt, ancient Greece, or ancient Rome. You're going to circle one of those. My artifact is used for, okay? So that's similar to the purpose of it, but think about what was your artifact used for during that time, okay? my artifact is important because, so explain why the ancient Egyptians, Greeks, or Romans thought that artifact was important. Okay. I will recreate my artifact by using the following materials. Now, this is where it gets really important that you talk with your family members about it so that you get approval for using these materials. Okay. Now, I'm going to be honest, this form was made for use at school. So we are not going to school, obviously, right now. So you can put an X on this one where it says, I will use the following materials from school, because there will be no materials used from school. You will need the following materials from home. That's kind of like the same thing as this, again, because this form was designed for use at school. So if you want to put an X on that, you may. Otherwise, you can just write that as well. My finished artifact will look like this. And then you'll just draw what it looks like. And then, of course, you're going to present your actual artifact on the flip grid like you presented your instrument. Now, artifact approved. Again, this is because when we had school and the kids were in school, we'd have to approve the artifact to make sure that it was like school appropriate or the materials were appropriate and things like that. So this time, this artifact needs to be approved by a parent or a guardian, because the parent or guardian needs to approve your materials that are used. Okay, so this just means artifact approved, and the teacher is not going to circle one. It's going to be a parent or guardian at your house that will circle whether or not you can use these materials. Okay, because some of the artifacts can be quite small, and some of the artifacts could be, of course, quite large. So you need to make sure your materials are approved, the space is approved for you to use this. Okay, and again, you're going to do this for 3 days, and then on the 4th day, you are going to present on Flipgrid. Okay, so you have 3 days to think about your artifact and fill out the form and then construct it. And on the 4th day is when you're going to present it on Flipgrid. Okay, so I hope you find this project really engaging and exciting and where you can really use your creativity. And then I also want you to really think about the ancient civilizations that we learned about in order for you to find out why this artifact is really important to them. Okay, so really think about being creative and engineering this ancient artifact, but also I want you to take your knowledge, and you might have to do some more research on your artifact of choice too. And remember, Epic is a great resource where a lot of books are available. Also, the Duxter's websites were helpful with learning about the daily life of the 3 civilizations. So make sure you are having fun while you're learning. And if you have questions, you, of course, can ask your teacher at any time. Thanks. Have fun.